Hey everyone, so today's story is from the wedding at Cana. And so that's John 2, 1 through 11. And so if you don't know, that's the story where Jesus is at the wedding and his mother asks him to make water, or they run out of wine and she asks him to turn water into wine. And it's actually his first miracle, and his mom asks him to do it. So we're gonna make these everyday joy journals. If you were here last month, and we made journals, so it's really fun to do another one, and that can kind of maybe get them in the practice of it. So talk about the practice of journaling, maybe encourage them to get a journal and continue journaling afterwards. But basically they just cut on the dotted lines, and that's the easy way. They don't have to cut around the black of the journal, just on the dotted lines. And then there is 6 pages, and then there's 2 blank ones. And so the 2 blank ones, they can where are the blank ones? There they are. They can just stick those as the very last 2 pages if they want. And then the pages are numbered. So it says like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then the very front page is not numbered. It's just the cover. So then you can stick those last 2 pages. That just goes extra pages. And then if they cut it out that way, then there's that like border right there. Well, I don't know where that came from. That they can actually staple on, and it doesn't actually close off any of their journal. Because if they cut right there and then you staple it, then it starts to kind of get into the page. And then you can have them cover the journal, write their name on it, and then you can work on the first page, and then just tell them to, then you know, have them work, and then you can go through and kind of review what it is that you'll be doing each month, and just talk about how when we think about joy and focus on joy and whatever we're facing, then it helps us to have more joy and see what God's doing more. And it's a really good practice. Journaling helps us to do that, to record all the good things that happen as well as the bad and process them. So the next thing you have is, if you have a little extra time, you can just play a game. And so you'll basically just have them, you'll give each kid like a sheet or a half a sheet of dots or a strip of dots or something. And you will tell them you're going to start the music, and they're trying to, so these dots represent joy, and they're trying to give their joy away. And so you start the music, you can pause it occasionally, have them freeze, and just have them stick their dots to people. And then once you see people are starting to run out of their dots, stop the game, and then ask them like, hey, who ran out of their sheets of dots? And have a really good discussion on this, because some of them will be out of their dots and then be like, well, do you still have joy? And do you still have, so even though we give away, so you can have a discussion on how when we give away joy, we get joy back from the people we give it to. And so just have a great discussion about how we can, when we give joy, that's one of the best ways to get joy. And so even though we might have gave away all the joy we had on this sheet, we still have lots of joy. We'll end up with more joy a lot of times. And so just have a good discussion about joy and, sharing with others. So thanks for all you do.